Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to our brothers who are fervently pushing the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to all the sincere believers. Now, this lesson is going to be based on these storms in France that caused flooding, 2 deaths, and a leak in Parliament. So, through the Spirit, I'm going to read this article, get some precepts, and Lord's will, you're edified. It says torrential storms in France caused 2 deaths, flooded Paris streets, and created a leak in Parliament's roof that interrupted a Prime Minister's speech. It said, have you noticed that it was raining? Prime Minister Francis Bayrou pointed out, looking up at the National Assembly's leaking dome ceiling after delivering a speech on the Middle East as a deluge fell outside, quickly inundating Paris boulevards on Wednesday evening. The Assembly Vice President, Roland Lescure, suspended the debate so fire officers could check out the problem. When he restarted the session about 15 minutes later, Lescure told lawmakers that absorbent mats were used to patch up the leak. 17 people were injured, 1 critically. The French Civil Defense Agency said the storm, which broadly swept France after a heat wave, also cut power to 110,000 homes. A falling tree killed a 12-year-old child in southwest France, and a man died when his quad bike hit a toppled tree in the northwest. Yeah, so, this is the work of the Lord, either we're in some crazy heat wave or it's just storming a lot. It's one or the other. We're not really getting any nice days. And that's just a sign of what's going to be taking place more in this world. There's more and more judgments and less peace. Isaiah 29:6, thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder, and with earthquake, and great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire. And the Lord has been letting loose with these storms. The rain, the lightning, the thunder, the hail. In some places, the tornadoes, the hurricanes, the tropical storms. Isaiah 28:2. Behold, the Lord hath a mighty and strong one, which has a tempest of hail, and a destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters overflowing, shall cast down to the earth with the hand. And that's what the Lord is doing. He's sending these destroying storms. These storms that cause power outages, that rip trees out of the ground, that could tear the roof off of homes. And these storms are obviously deadly as well, because in this particular case, 2 people died. One was a child, and one was a grown man. Psalms 11:6, upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and an horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup. And clearly that's what the Lord is doing. And when you look up the definition of tempest, it means a violent windy storm, particularly in the form of a hurricane or a tornado. And we are definitely in that season for hurricanes and tornadoes and tropical storms to take place. Psalms 83:14, as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. Verse 15, so persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. And the Heavenly Father has been doing that, using his storms and tempests to persecute these wicked people and these wicked countries. Make them afraid. Deuteronomy 32:39, see now that I, even I, am he, and there is no power with me. I kill, and I make alive. I wound, and I heal. neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. And in this particular storm, 2 people got killed and a few others got injured. And that was all in accordance to the will of the Lord, because the Lord determines if anybody will be wounded or killed in his judgments. First Samuel 2:6, the Lord Yahweh killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. And that's right. So the Lord wanted that child and that man to die. That's why they were the only 2 who died as a result of that storm. The Lord targeted them in particular. Job 4:7, remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? The answer is that no one has ever perished being innocent, nor were the righteous cut off. So that child and that man, they were not innocent. They were wicked in the eyes of the Lord. And so the Lord brought judgment upon them, and now they're in the spirit world. Verse 8, even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. And that's the time and season that we're in. The time and season of wicked people, men, women, and children, reaping what they've sown, for being wicked in the eyes of the Lord. For doing wickedness in the eyes of the Lord. Ecclesiastes 3:1, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Verse 2, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. And we are in a time and season where a lot of people are about to meet their maker. The Lord is about to bring a lot of people to the spirit world. Second Timothy 3:1, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. And when you look up the definition of perilous, it means full of danger or risk. And with all these storms and tempests and fires and earthquakes and wars popping off all over the world, it's safe to say that we are in some dangerous times. The heat waves, the power outages. There is no getting around the fact that we are living in the last days, and it's only going to get increasingly worse. And it's going to get increasingly more dangerous and more deadly. But those of us who continue to fear the Lord and serve the Lord fervently and diligently are going to be protected. Proverbs 19:23, the fear of the Lord Yahweh tendeth to life, that he that hath it shall abide satisfied, he shall not be visited with evil. And that's right. Those of us who fear the Lord and who show our fear of the Lord through our actions, we're going to be satisfied and taken care of in these last days. All these wicked people with whom the Lord is angry with continue to be judged harshly, continue to be wounded and killed and have many great miseries unleashed upon them. Because at the end of the day, everybody must reap what they have sown. If you're righteous in the eyes of the Lord, you're going to reap salvation. But if you're wicked in the eyes of the Lord, you're going to reap destruction. And it's really just that plain and simple. But with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. In closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, the Wadi Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to our brothers who are fervently pushing the word in sincerity and in faith, and shalom to all the sincere believers. Hope you all stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up, and Ottawa Ratazah. Till next time, shalom.